Welcome to the workface. This is the very first Steve Dogg's NOT Paddleboarding Diaries. What on earth is all this on about? What are you on about, Steve Dogg? Yeah, you're watching this. I couldn't have said it better myself. Well, the whole concept here is that sometimes you head out and you don't go paddleboarding, you thought the conditions are wrong, and then you end up somewhere and you get there and you think, oh no, it's perfect, or maybe not. So I'm here on the map today, and if you click above up there, you'll see, or wherever, you'll see a previous paddleboarding trip which I did here back in the summer. So what we're going to do now though is we're going to retrace those steps with my dog, who I call Night Hound. Of course that's not a real name, but she likes to be called it. Let's get down there and just have a look at the conditions, see what we can see, because we have no paddleboard, so this is definitely a NOT Paddleboarding Diary. Let's go. So first of all, we head through a little kissing gate, and then the track is before us. So if you're out walking or paddleboarding, it's not too far of a walk. It'll only take you 5 minutes to get down to the waterside. So just a quick walk with a hound dog on a cold, dank winter's day. It's a bit blowy as well, so I know the conditions won't be good for paddleboarding, and I have had a glimpse, I know the tides are all wrong. But let's just get down and show you what it's like down here, because it's not a bad place to paddleboard, but you will have to probably carry all your gear down, so you're going to need to paddleboard in a means where you can pump up on the beach down here and then paddle and then come back and pack all your gear up and then get going. So you can do like I did on the video I pointed to, a little triangular route. Or you could even head over, your mission could be, how's this, to get across the river and buy a pint in the pub. How good does that sound? That's not bad, is it? More kissing gates, which Night Hound has negotiated well, and this place is called Luxton Steps. So as you can probably guess, there's a few steps you've got to go down. This is all good. It is very safe walking. There's no way you can get onto the railway. Safe for your dogs. And then when you get down here and on top of the railway, you got views back up towards Newton Abbot, King Stainton, and the other way you've got your views back down towards Sheldon, Teignmouth, and right in front of us is Flow Point. Now, of course, I'm just hoping now that the hound dog doesn't decide to run into the mud, which I don't think she will. She's pretty good. We'll get down onto the beach. She's not been here before. So, all new terrain for the hound dog. Now when the tide's up, this looks really quite nice down here actually. When the tide's down, yeah, it's never going to look quite as good. So you can see here, Night Hound is showing us the water line. Now, anything below the high water line, which is probably this line along here, is property of the Crown, so you're allowed on that. Even up at Flow Point, where they say you're not allowed on the beach, you are allowed anywhere below the high water line. Maybe this is the high water line. One thing is for sure, if you're standing on this area that's been wetted by the water, you're certainly outside of the high water line there, so you're safe there. As we look across the river there, that is Coombe Cellars. Now there is a sailing club over there, and you could get up there quite easily. A couple of oyster catchers going past. You could get up there quite easily and have a pint. Conditions today, we made a good call not going paddleboarding because there's quite a fierce breeze. The tides are all wrong anyway. As you can see, we've got spring tides here. It's nothing to do with the seasons, folks. It basically means the tides are to the extremes. So we've got spring tides here. So we're on a low tide at the moment, just turning to start coming in now. So not really any good for paddleboarding today. I suppose you could go into let the tide and the wind push you upstream, but I don't think it'd be great fun out. Wait for a calmer day. One thing that it would be good for is your common garden twitcher, because if I zoom in here, let's see if we can zoom right in. Maybe if I press the other button. Now here you can see oyster catchers. Absolutely beautiful to see. And they're catching all sorts of oysters. One happy dog with me here. She wasn't happy last week because we went away for a few days, but she's happy to be home, and we can walk along this low water line now and get a glimpse across to Red Rock. So what is Red Rock? I'll show you. Red Rock is quite simply that rock over there that happens to be red. Local brewery named themselves after that. And to the right, which I'll put in the middle of the screen now, right in the middle of the screen there, is what I call the Jaws boat. So again, click above if you want to see my paddleboarding video. You might even spot a Banksy over there. Is it a Banksy? You've got to have a look at that to see, make your own mind up. This is a really good place to come paddleboarding, but as you can see here, look at the hazards you can get under the water. Look at that. Tree stump that's been washed down. Been there for a while though, it's covered in seaweed. Whoops, these are sorts of things, and my blooming dog just face planted into the blooming seaweed as well. Tearing along. Dear oh dear, what's she doing? Gosh, she's absolutely caked. So just be mindful when you're out paddleboarding, hazards could be under that water at any stage, and there's one to look out for. Right. Is the hound alright? Look at all that seaweed on you. Right. Dog's seaweed free now. Relatively. Yeah, that's enough. Time to head back, folks. Nearly back to the car now, so bit of a strange one, isn't it, doing a NOT Paddleboarding Diary. That walk is around about, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile there and back, and mooching around on the beach. It's not very far, but it's somewhere worth going and just checking out. And if you study Windy, which is an app, and if you study tide times, you study the weather, you can get really nice conditions there for a bit of paddleboarding. Look out for that old lump of wood in the water if you do it, and see if you can get across for a pint, or maybe just go around the river, see what you can see. Hope you enjoyed that. I think my partner in crime there did. Catch you guys next time on the NOT Paddleboarding, Schmaddleboarding flip side. I couldn't have said it better myself.